Hey everybody, this Catan guy here. Let's play Catan. This is a base game with friendly Robert. Looking at this board, blue has taken the best spot for ore and wheat. A pretty good start if you ask me. Other options that I see are the 10-8-4, 8-3-10, or the 10-5-9. I'm partial to the 8-3-10 because that gives me an 8 on wood and a 2-for-1 trade that is really close by. So I put my first settlement down and build the road towards that 2-for-1 trade on wood. Worst comes to worst, I can get a 2-for-1 trade on ore. Orange is next. They take the 10-8-4, building a road towards the 2-for-1 brick. Red's going last, so they get to put out both their settlements and roads. Red starts off with a 9-2, which from the title of this video you might know is going to pay off handsomely. That's a nice placement for some ore. However, the 2 and 12 are often the least rolled numbers in the game. And Red's other choice is the 9-10-5. That'll be a good way to build some roads. Orange takes the 6-11-3, which makes him heavy on sheep. Looking at my next placement, I know I don't have any sheep or brick right now, and I'm really close to that 2-for-1 trade on ore, so the 9-4-11 looks like the best place for me. In my opinion, all 2-for-1 trades are not the same, especially since you need ore for the end game. Blue challenges me for the 2-for-1 trade on wood on that 8 and taking the 8-4. Now blue has set himself up in a really good position to get that 2-for-1 wood. Starting on that wood and brick, he's going to get a road right off the bat. Alright, here we go. The first roll of the game is an 8, which is a wood for blue and myself, and a sheep for orange. Blue decides to build his road on the 6, trying to get that 3-for-1 on the wheat, instead of challenging me for that 2-for-1 wood down below. I roll a 4, which gives orange, blue, and myself a brick. I really want that 2-for-1 wood, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get 2 roads just to block off blue. So I'm offering a 2-for-1 trade here for that extra wood, offering up a sheep and an ore to make this happen. Red trades with me. I build 1 road and the second road, and that guarantees me that 2-for-1 trade on wood. Orange rolls a 7, no help with friendly robber, and he moves the robber to the 5. Red rolls an 11, orange and I get a sheep, and red builds a road. Blue rolls a 7, again still friendly robber, and moves the robber to the 12. And the first time the 2 is rolled in the game, red gets a wheat, orange rolls a 5. They're looking for that wood that red just picked up. They don't get it, but they still build a road. Red rolls a 5, which gives them another wood, and is in need of some brick. Again, I'm no help there. Blue rolls another 7, and moves the robber to the 11 sheep. I roll a 9, giving myself blue and red an ore. Red also gets a brick. Orange rolls another 7, hopefully we're getting them out of the game early, and moves the robber back to the 12 ore. 4 is rolled, that's good for brick for orange, myself, and blue. And red is first to 3 by building their settlement on the 2-6. Did red know something about that too that we didn't know? Blue rolls a 5, which is a wood for red. Blue wants to trade for that wood. Blue trades with red, and then tries to trade a sheep and an ore for a wheat. No luck. I roll an 11, which is good for sheep for myself and orange, but not much I can do, so I pass it along. Orange rolls a 7, first time that the robber can be played in this game, and he places it on red's 2. They could have placed it on the 9 brick or the 5 wood, but since the 2 is the central focus of this game, why not put it there? And of course steals from red, and builds another road on the 10-5 wheat. Red rolls a 10, which is a wheat for me, and a wood for red and orange. And builds a road towards that 5-6-12, a great spot for red as they don't have any sheep as of yet. Blue rolls yet another 7. I think that's the third one for blue in this game. And they move the robber on red's 5 wood, stealing from red. Blue is looking to trade for a wheat and offering up a sheep and an ore. A good trade, but I need my wheat right now. I roll a 9, which again is good ore for myself, red, and blue. And red also gets a brick. And I need a wood, trying to build that settlement on the 2-for-1 wood down on the bottom 8. At first I offer a sheep, then an ore, then a sheep and an ore. And with no takers, I decide to buy a development card, receiving a knight. I probably should have held off on buying that development card and waited to see if I got another wood by my next turn. I'm on the wood 8, so the chances are high that I would have gotten that. And immediately, orange rolls an 8, giving me the wood I needed and a sheep for orange. Orange is looking to offload some of those sheep for a wheat. And now 2 sheep for a brick. Still no takers. Red rolls a 2, the second of the game, and gets them 2 wheat. And they are looking to trade in for a sheep, offering up an ore. And now looking for a wood for a wheat. They get that with blue. The next to roll is a 10, giving me a wheat and a wood for red and orange. Blue gets up to 3 points by building on the coast for the 3-for-1 trade on the 6 wheat, and is now looking to trade in a sheep for an ore. Red takes them up on it. I roll a 4, which is a brick for myself, orange, and blue, and I build my settlement on the 2-for-1 wood trade, taking me up to 3 points. Orange rolls an 11, which is a sheep for both of us, trades in 4 sheep for 1 wheat, and builds on the 10-5 wheat, which is really important for orange because they didn't have any wheat before this, and as the old saying goes, no wheat equals defeat. Red rolls a 4, a decent number in this game. They proceed to build another settlement on the 5-6-12, giving them their only sheep thus far in the game, taking red up to 4 points. That settlement pays off immediately as blue rolls a 12, and red gets an ore. I roll a 6, which is good for wheat and sheep for red, sheep for orange, and 2 wheat for blue. I'm looking for a wood here. I'm not really sure why I do this trade in hindsight. I'm hoping to be able to build a settlement, but I don't have a road anywhere, so I'm not sure what I was thinking with that. And orange rolls a 6 again and builds a road. Red rolls a 5, giving orange a wheat, but blocking the 2 wood that red would have got because of the robber. Upgrades to a city on the 2-6. I would have rather gone for the 9-5-10 for some roads, or even the 9-6-12 getting more sheep. Heck, even the 9-2 giving me more ore. But red has their own strategy and takes themselves to the lead with 5 points. Blue rolls yet another 7, but this time it costs him half of his cards. He gets rid of 5 cards and moves the robber to the sheep 6, blocking both orange and red, stealing from red, and building a city himself on the 9-6-3, taking them up to 4 points. I roll a 10, giving myself a wheat. Gonna build a road so that I can get some more settlements out there. Orange rolls an 8, which is good for 2 wood for me. They're looking to trade in a sheep for an ore. They don't get it, so they buy a development card. They're looking to trade in a brick for a sheep, still no luck. Red rolls a 9, that's an ore for me, and red builds a road. Now I think my strategy here would have been a little different. Instead of building my road towards the 3-for-1 trade between the 2-5, I would have built my road between the 9-10, aiming for that 2-for-1 wheat trade. Would you have done something different? Let me know in the comments. Blue rolls a 2, the third one in this game, and gives red 3 wheat. I roll an 8, giving myself 2 wood, and I build a settlement immediately on that 2-for-1 ore trade on the 10. Now I'm looking for a sheep. Orange wants to trade. I'll trade in and try to get a wheat. Red is interested. And I'll buy a development card. I get another knight. Orange rolls a 6. 4 is rolled. And red wants to give a wheat for that brick. Now a wheat for ore. I'm going to hold on to mine because I'd like to build some more roads. Blue rolls a 10. That's good for 2 wheat for me. And builds a road towards that 2-for-1 brick trade. I roll an 8, a great number for me in this game, and I build that road. Orange rolls another 6 and takes the longest road, taking his score up to 5 points, tied for first place. Orange is desperately in need of a brick, gonna do a 3-for-1 trade. I would have done this if I had it. Now he's looking for an ore for 2 sheep, and he gets that one from blue. He buys a development card. Red rolls a 9 and builds a road towards that 3-for-1 trade on the 2-5. Trades in 4 wheat for a brick and builds another settlement, taking them up to 6 points. Yet another 6 is rolled. Blue trades in 3 wheat for a brick and builds a settlement on a 2-for-1 brick trade. They finish up their turn by buying a development card. I roll a 5, gonna trade in 2 wood for a sheep and buy a development card. I get a 3rd knight, so now I gotta start using. I place the robber on the 6 wheat, stealing from red and getting a wheat. Orange rolls an 8 and is looking for an ore. He gets it from red and buys a development card. Red rolls a 2, the 4th time that it's rolled in this game, and they get 4 wheat. They trade in 3 wheat for an ore and 3 wood for an ore and build a second city, still surrounding that too, and taking them up to 7 points. Blue rolls a 6, but I blocked them from getting any wheat, uses a year of plenty and takes 2 brick. Blue then builds 2 roads and ends their turn. I roll a 10, which is 2 wheat for me. Gonna keep building that largest army by using a knight and moving the robber. The way it's rolling, I have to put it on this 2, which red has made a target. I get another wheat, trading in 4 wheat for a brick, and I build a road. Orange rolls a 3, uses the other year of plenty, and takes 2 brick. They build another road and a settlement, taking them up to 6 points to end their turn. Red rolls an 8, blue rolls a 5, trades in 3 wood for a brick, and ends their turn. I roll a 6, I wish I'd still had that blocked. Gonna trade in 2 wood for a sheep, and buy a development card. It's another knight. No help there. It would have been really helpful to get a monopoly, or even a victory point. But since I have that extra knight, I'm going to use the one that I've got, get the largest army, taking me up to 6 points, move it back to that 6, and I'll steal from red. 4 is rolled, and orange buys a development card. He's looking for an ore for a brick. I don't have any and can't help. Red rolls yet another 6, trades in 3 wood for an ore, and buys a development card. Another 12 by blue. Blue trades in 3 wheat for a sheep, and builds another settlement up on that 8 sheep, taking them to 6 points. I roll another 6. Perhaps this video should have been called Too Many Sixes. And I'm going to hang tight because I want to build another settlement. Orange rolls a 7, moves the robber to the 2 and steals from red, then buys a development card. Red uses a knight, moves the robber to the 10 wheat, and steals from orange. Then rolls a 3, ending their turn. Blue rolls yet another 2, the 5th one for the game, giving red 5 wheat. Blue trades in 3 wood for an ore. My turn. I'm going to use this knight to move the robber off at my 10 and put it back on that 6. And of course steal from red. No surprise there that I get a wheat. I roll an 8 and get 2 wood. I'm going to build my 5th settlement, taking me up to 7 points, and end my turn. Orange uses a knight, places the robber on the 2 wheat, steals from red, then rolls a 3. They then buy a development card and end their turn. Back-to-back 3s from red, trades in 3 wheat for an ore and buys a development card. Blue rolls a 6, trades in 3 wood for an ore and upgrades a settlement to a city. I think I might have gone for the 8-4 on that one, however the 6 is incredibly hot right now. Trades in 3 more wood for another ore and ends their turn. I roll a 5, giving me a wheat. I've got 2 wood for a wheat here. And I'll upgrade to a city on my 3-8-10, taking me to 8 points. Orange rolls a 10, so that upgrade pays off right away, and uses a road building card, giving him 2 more roads. They finish their turn by building a settlement, and buying a development card, making it a 3-way tie for second place. A heck of a turn for Orange. Red rolls a 7 and loses 5 cards, moves that robber back to the 10, and steals from me. They trade in 3 wheat for an ore and build a road. And now it's Blue's turn. Blue rolls a 9 and upgrades a settlement to a city, taking them up to 8 points, tying me for the lead. They build a road before ending their turn. I roll a 7, gonna put that robber back there on the 6, and steal from blue this time. I get a sheep and buy a development card, getting me yet another knight. Orange rolls an 8. They're looking for a wheat for that sheep. I'm not interested in trading. Red uses a knight, moves the robber back onto the 10 wheat, and steals from me. Then rolls a 5. They upgrade another settlement to a city, taking them up to 8 points and a 3-way tie for first place. Blue rolls an 8, trades in 3 wood for an ore, and ends their turn. I use the knight to take the robber off of my 10. This is a risky move, as stealing from somebody is going to put me over 7 cards. I decide to steal from blue because they have 2 development cards, and I get a sheep. I roll yet another 8. I'm going to trade in 6 wood for 3 ore, build a city, and take the lead at 9 points. Orange rolls a 5 and buys a development card. They use the knight to block off the 9 ore and steal from me. Now they're looking to trade an ore for a sheep. No takers, so they do a 3-for-1 trade. Red rolls a 5 and builds a settlement, tying me with 9 points. They trade in 3 wood for a sheep, 3 wood for an ore, and they buy a development card to win the game. This was an extremely close game, with blue, orange, and myself all tied with 9 points. Red had the most resources, followed by blue, then myself, and orange. And look at those stats. 2 was rolled 5 times. That's kind of out of this world. Should have been closer to where the 12 was. 8 was rolled 11 times, which was pretty good for me. Not good enough, though. I guess it goes to show you that sometimes you can win by betting on the little guy. This was a fun game. My only thought is that red could have put us out of our misery a little sooner by building for that 2-for-1 wheat trade. This Catan guy enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please take the time to like and subscribe. I'm going to put out a new video every week. If you'd like to play a game with me, let me know. Until next time.